Hi guys, I'm here with Alex from Age UK. Alex, we're in Northallerton, but Age UK is a national charity that helps the elderly. Tell us a little bit about Age UK and why, from a personal level, you decided to work for them.
Right. Age UK is a national charity started way back in 1940, so some colleagues have obviously got lots of experience working with older people. We're a fairly young group in Northallerton here. We've been going just over 15 years.
Right.
But all our work is about trying to make later life an enjoyable time for people. One of the great successes, I think, of this century last is that most of us can look forward to a long and healthy retirement. But we do know that growing old doesn't necessarily come with a manual, so how can we actually help make sure that people can enjoy later life and just add that life to years, not just the years to life.
Yeah, so it's about the quality as well, isn't it?
Indeed, very much so. So again, both locally and nationally, we provide direct services and help for older people, but also do major campaigns, raising awareness, tackling age discrimination, things like our winter campaigns, and at the moment we're doing one particularly about isolation and loneliness, because we know for many older people as they get older they may end up being on their own, not being able to access support and friendship, and just making it important each day that they feel valued and very much part of our communities. We get an awful lot from older people. Their life experience and expertise is something that as a society we need to make sure we get hold of. And again, locally here in Northallerton we have a very active Hamilton Over 50s forum, which very much is about engaging, listening to the voices of older people and making sure they influence the service providers, the local authority, health, to make sure that things are in place to make later life better for all of us. I started life with Age UK nearly 23 years ago.
Right.
So quite a
Must
long
have
time.
started really young.
Yeah. Just have to be proud, yes. But for me, it's about every day is a privilege working with older people, and if I can help be a conduit to help raise awareness or to get new services in and support, that to me is important, because at the end of the day we've all got a vested interest in making later life a time that we all want to enjoy and look forward to.
Yeah.
But we do know that for some people it can bring difficulties, whether that's financially, health issues, etc. But again, being able to work with older people, to me, has enriched my life certainly, and hopefully we can make sure that continues for many others as well. So looking at how we can do new services, so for example here in Northallerton we've developed things like our telephone befriending service. So there's an opportunity for everybody to have a friend at whatever time in your own home through the telephone. Very important in a large rural area like North Yorkshire, because you're not going to have huge city centres, etc.
Yeah.
A lot of older people may be left on their own as family members have moved away for jobs or going to university, not being able to afford housing, etc. And it can mean that you're left on your own in a village, that actually all your networks may disappear.
Yeah.
Transport is another key issue, obviously, and again we work very closely with rural transport and getting people's voices heard to say what a difference access to transport can make, whether that's being able to go to your local GP, do your shopping, socialise. It underpins everything, so that's key here. Social activities, again very important that we all enjoy friendships and getting together, so we have a number of different coffee mornings and activities, trips out, etc. Again, important for people to have that chance to socialise and to bring their knowledge and information together. Information is important as we all get older. We perhaps don't have the same access to support or help or having to make big decisions in our life. So one of the key things that Age UK does, again through nationally, is produce a lot of information booklets, support, help and information on a whole range of different topics. So Joan in our office here is very much a pivotal person, helping perhaps people make some of those decisions or knowing where to go for help when they're having to look at housing, health issues, financial, etc. So all those make a big difference.
I mean, you've mentioned quite a bit there about the social aspect of later life. I read on your website that it didn't say any specific number, but that a lot of elderly people basically spending Christmas on their own. It's like no family, no friends over. And that's like the time of year where, for those that celebrate it, I mean, you would think that family would go out of their way to try and, visit the elderly, but for whatever reason, some people tend to end up on their own. So when we're talking about loneliness and people not having any social network whatsoever, even on, for example, the one day of the year that, you
normally associate with families coming together.
How is that as rare as it sounds, or how regular is that?
No, I think sadly, and certainly a lot of research that's been undertaken demonstrates, particularly people over the age of 75, a huge percentage actually find themselves lonely or perhaps won't see anybody or speak to anybody from one week to the other. A lot of GPs estimate 76% of them that 1 in 5 patients every day that come into their surgery are primarily there because they are isolated and just want that contact with somebody.
Yeah.
So it is a growing concern, and again, as people grow older, it may be that they lose their partners and family members, may have difficulty making new friendships. Families these days don't stay in the same area. Often we've got relatives perhaps who are working abroad and obviously can't come and see mum and dad very often. For them again, it's just reassuring to know that some agencies like Age UK can have people who will visit, who will socialise, who will keep in touch with mum on their behalf. But equally important, it's about bringing opportunities for people to come together. We had a case recently where one lady we were helping with an escorted shopping service actually then went to join a local social activity, a little hesitant joining because again it's about confidence often going somewhere new that we all experience. But when she went over the door, she suddenly found she knew about 8 people, some of whom she'd been at primary school with 50, 60 years ago. So suddenly that opened up a whole new social network for her. And now she can't wait for Tuesdays because that's the day she actually goes to meet everyone.
I mean, just building on what you've said, what you just said about the GPs, I've experienced myself. I used to work in pharmacies. We used to have elderly people who would come in, just buy any little cheap thing, that was basically the one time a week where they'd be able to have that communication with people that work in the pharmacy. And then they'd stop by and they'd talk to you about whatever, they'd spend maybe 5-10 minutes. And if the pharmacy's not too busy, we used to we knew what was going on. We used to let them talk and things. And some of them mentioned that that they've got kids who basically just leave them. I mean, one particular lady who's recently passed away, unfortunately. She said that she's got 2 kids. One of them's not in contact at all. The other one comes on once a week to do the shopping. He literally just leaves the shopping at the door, drives off. He doesn't spend any time with her. So, building on the social aspect, that is important. But also, if you're on your own and you're elderly, you might have a lot of healthcare issues. Should, God forbid, anything go wrong, there's no one there to find out about it and inform someone. So, there's that health issue as well, or if you've got a concern about something and you're not sure whether you should go see someone about it, there's no one there to talk to ask for, I've got this problem, what do you think? So what about from the general well-being, not just the social care, what about the importance of having that communication in terms of contact with other people and in terms of knowing where to access information? A lot of them might not be able to use the internet, for example, or the mobile phones and stuff. So how important is that aspect to the elderly?
Very important, because it's about making the right choices in life and enjoying life. And I think for some people the name Age UK is a name they know, it's certainly one that they trust. So again, the fact we've got an office here in the High Street that people can literally pop into Monday to Thursday just to call in to get to know what's there, but also our services links people in, can signpost on to others. And our volunteers very much are eyes and ears. So for example, on our telephone offending service again, they're in contact with somebody on a fairly regular basis will normally pick up if Mary doesn't sound a normal self today. Or Mary may be saying, can I just mention something else? Or she may have had something in the post or something that's worrying her, and instantly we'll be able to get that fed back to the project staff and actually then help them get plugged into the right services or support that they actually need. So building that trust is actually important, and for me one of the big pluses we've got is our name, because that is one that people recognise and know that we respect older people. We're not going to go in and sort all their lives out, but it's about working alongside you. But we also work with the wider voluntary sector, so again being able to inform people about other opportunities, luncheon clubs, book clubs, trips out, whatever people may be interested in, and just having that helping hand, because often it's that confidence building or getting people motivated again. Again, it's lovely to see some of our service users literally have blossomed from that initial contact, very much down to super team of staff and volunteers that we've got that help them get that next stage along those paths and get back into enjoying life again.
So, if you direct this at people watching now, if there's an elderly person watching this, or somebody who has any concerns whatsoever about any elderly person that I might know, they wanted to get in touch with Age UK, either because of some concern, or don't have to have any problems or issues, even if you just want to
know
maybe
a bit more about what we're
or join one of their social networks or anything like that. How do they get in touch? Who do they contact? Where can they find you?
Right, well, it is a national organisation, so there's over 160 Age UKs around the country. Best bet probably, if you're able to get access internet websites, is the Age UK national website, which is www.ageuk.org.uk, and they will then be able to signpost people into their local Age UK.
Fantastic.
And hopefully be able to help either raise awareness or get you to become a volunteer with us, or help an elderly relative or friend.
In terms of volunteering, maybe for some of the younger guys, in terms of volunteering, what kind of things can people get involved with? Not just in terms of donating and financially, but if you've maybe got spare time, which would look great on things like CVs, applications to universities, etc., etc. So maybe if you're out of work at the moment, you want to do something that's going to put something back into the community, and at the same time look good on your CV. You can say, I've developed communication skills, organisation skills, etc., etc. There's a mutual benefit there, isn't there? If people did want to maybe get involved with something like that and donate the time, what kind of things have you got available?
We'd love to hear
how
from
to
you.
get in touch?
Whole range of things, so it could be again helping doing information advice or helping in the office again, so that gives you customer service experience. We've recently had a discussion with a lady who's going to help us with our marketing, website, IT. I have to say some of us aren't as happy on that front, so again, love to have younger people in who can help us on that. But through to things like our Walking for Health initiative, where we have trained walk leaders, telephone befriending service, that may be a quarter of an hour a week, and however busy all of us are, actually we can all give that time up to befriend somebody and make such a huge difference.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like full time, does it?
Not indeed.
I know somebody who, the gentleman's recently passed away unfortunately, but he used to go and take his family to visit an elderly gentleman who was in a nursing home, and they just met him randomly, and every Sunday he used to take his whole family, like wife and kids, everything, and take him to visit this elderly, just to be like, they adopted him as like their adopted granddad or something. And like I said, he's passed away now, but in his later life that made him really happy to know they had people that cared for him. So that was only like 15-20 minute visit once a week.
But it can make a huge difference to that individual. But other initiatives we've got things like a gardening group, so again everybody's got skills in gardening, an escorted shopping service, so again helping somebody go to do their shopping, and that obviously has a social impact in it as well. But again, whatever your talents are, I think we'll probably find a slot for you. And then a lot of Age UKs have obviously got shops as well, so again people getting some retail experience. So hopefully we could address most anything indeed.
Right. Thanks a lot, Alex. So guys, first of all, if you can donate, there's going to be links at the bottom where you can donate to Age UK. Second of all, it's not just about the money, it's about raising awareness so that people who might feel that they need help for elderly people know where to go, what kind of services are on offer. And finally, if you've got spare time, maybe you've just finished sixth form and you've got summer holidays, maybe you want to apply to universities, if you've just finished schools, or maybe you're unemployed at the moment looking for work, volunteering can be a really, really good way of boosting that CV to get you that place at university or that place at work that you really want. You're putting something good into the community, you'll be developing skills, and you'll be improving your CV. So get in touch with Age UK and see how you can help. Thanks a lot, Alex.
That's lovely.
Thanks for
Thank
watching,
you.
guys.
Thanks.
See you there. Thanks.
Bye now.